Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode on the YouTube channel. In today's episode, it's number 21 of We Are Wrexham, and we're going to try and make it to the quarterfinal of the FA Cup yet again. If you remember back to last year, we got beat by Bournemouth in this round, and this year we've been drawn away at the London Stadium to play David Moyes, and this is the biggest team that we have definitely played so far in the save. Yes, we did play Spurs. I do kid, we did play Spurs, but they were without Ange Postecoglou, so they're really a big side if Ange ain't there. Let's be honest, that's not true, but it is. And with that being said, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll stop taking digs at Spurs, and we'll start focusing on the job at hand, which is, of course, West Ham. Now, since we last met, which was us selling Mbappe in Jan, if you haven't checked that out, you go watch all the drama of the wheel, etc., and how we came up to that decision. I have not spent 40 minutes thinking about this game, where I spent 40 minutes about if I was going to sell Mbappe. Without my best centre-back, things have been pretty good, you know. We beat Burnley, we beat Huddersfield, we knocked Leeds out of the FA Cup. I will be recapping our FA Cup run so far in just a second in more detail. And then we beat Plymouth, Ipswich, Coventry, West Brom. But if you look at our last two games, we lost to West Brom and we drew to Derby as well. And, you know, haven't won any of the last couple. I've only played 2 games tonight, and those are the 2 games I've played. It's maybe not the greatest run, but what it means is that in the league, we are currently 1 point off top, but we're in third in the playoffs. And if I predicted last episode, you would have known that we had, when we sold Mbappe, my prediction is we're good enough to fight for the top 2, but more than likely we're going to finish anywhere between 3rd and 8th. And it looks pretty true. Now, if you look to me and you look down to the lights of the team in 9th, Sheffield, who, if they decide to get going, could win every game from here on in because they're really good for this level. There's only 9 points, which is 3 games. You could tell me that I'm going to drop more than 3 games by then to the end of the season. If a couple of those teams like Blackburn, Sunderland, Sheffield start getting going, there's definitely a world where we could even slip out of the playoffs too. But I just think we're in for a cracking run into the season, and throw in maybe an FA Cup run, which we could potentially be going on. It would be really good. Now, I'm going to focus on West Ham first before I focus on myself, because West Ham have done some really nutty stuff in this save. West Ham currently, no European football, no nothing. West Ham last season finished 9th, 12th. You know, they currently sit 7th in the Premier, looking to get towards some European football. But for me, it's the transfers. They have done some ludicrous stuff. Ludicrous. Now, they've made 152 mil worth of sales this year, which involves selling Iheanacho, Fornals, Maxwell Cornet, Souček. So there's a few sales out there, but a lot on the smaller side. There is one guy that they bought, and he'd just be like, they really spent 100 million on him. Yeah, Balogun for 100 mil. Don't understand why or how. He went to Monaco for 38 mil, played air at Monaco, and they decided he's the man I'm going to sign for 100 million. We should beat him just because they signed Balogun up front for 100 million. Because he's no way he's worth 100 million on FM. Don't get me wrong, he looks fantastic, but he ain't the $100 million strike on 300k a week that they have bought. I cannot believe that. We've also got other signings like Radonjic, who's very, very good. Yuri Alberto, another one that is arguably better than Balogun as well, and he costs a fraction of the price. Demirel is another one at centre-back that looks world-class whenever he is switched on. So it's going to be very difficult to be beating this side. It's going to be more difficult than what happened with us and Bournemouth. Now, if I go by competitions, I go FA Cup. This is how we got there. We played Wolves in the 3rd round, and we won 2-0 in a game that we absolutely dominated at the racecourse. And we've had our shooting boots on, would have won by 5 or 6 goals. We underperformed our XG. Here are the 2 goals. And Baku still makes me cry when I see that he is not with us anymore. Tackle that falls to Seri. This is the start of the goal-scoring run from Seri. I'm going to show you guys that he's been starting to score goals all of a sudden. And our second goal here was Ashby going on a run, puts one towards the back stick. Seri doesn't win the header, but it falls to Mullen, who does score. Maybe a little bit lucky, but considering he had 3.3 XG, we probably should have. Thank you very much for the follow there, Dov16. There we go. I think that's Zev like Alexander Zverev, so Zev Dov16. Thank you very much. Now against Leeds, we played a crazy tie, a tie that was worthy of being on YouTube. As you can see here, Seri with the continuation of his form got a 10 today, and we went from 2-0 up to 2-2 to 4-2 winners in a game that was pulsating. Leeds had more chances, we had better XG, and in the end it equaled out to us winning the game. And who cares how you get here? You just got to get here. Obviously, would have rather played at Ellen Road for the match revenue, but we get to play this game here, obviously, at the London Stadium, which is good. Backstick ball, Murray Benjamin, headed, goal, love it. Unfortunately, injury, no good. We then have Lions Foster going on a run. Great ball into Alberto Seri. First time to Elliot Lee, who moved up front because Mullen wasn't fit for this game as well. When they conceded to Gnonto, Struck, ball looked inside of Johannesson. Sinistera, good move, good finish, good goal. And right on half-time, we conceded again, right in the stoppage time. And you're thinking the worst when they come back here with a ball from Simicast, Gnonto with a touch, and the finish as well. Mbake, for the only a handful of times this season, got beat wrong side. Mercifully, though, we decided to continue to play well in the second half, and Dewberry with a great ball through to Alberto Seri, who thumped it past Melier, who usually makes one-on-one saves for fun. And the last goal that sealed us a chance at the fifth round and quarterfinal, a chance of a quarterfinal berth, was Seri inside the Elliot Lee and a tap-home finish, and we won the game 4-2. One man I will touch on in that run is Alberto Seri. He's a man that's now got 6 goals and 6 assists in 22. A man that's only meant to be here to play a bit of the creator role. If you have a look at this recent form, all the way since the start of January, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals and 1, 3, 4 assists in the whole month of Jan. I'm very happy with that, and in a little bit of Feb as well. With that being said, without further ado, let's get into this game here. Obviously, we know Mbake, our backline does look slightly different, but it is Arthur who's been a sensational. Ashby's playing at a potential of a Premier League level right back, the whole reason we signed him. I've gone with the experience of Edmondson over Maldini Kukuri, or we can't even play Elias of Cunnington because he's cup tied, and Lyons Foster makes up left back. The midfield is Lorient, Coventry. I did not touch on it, but Lo Celso has broken his ankle and is now out for the next 3 months. And with that being said, Alzati moves into the Mazzala role because, unfortunately, Elliot Lee has fractured his ribs and is out for another couple of weeks. Dewberry's coming back from injury, starting to look really, really good. He's slowly starting to catch up on last year's numbers, and with a little bit more game time and less injuries, he might actually hit last year's numbers, which would be pretty good in the championship. And then Mullen. He's got 21 goals. Not having the best of time of the last month, but obviously is a very big game player. And Alberto Seri, if he's given the service, will be a goal threat and could score us some goals. Your bench is Ovi, Hay, Maldini Kukuri, Elise, O'Connor, the youngster Varol, Benjamin. Tyler Owen makes the bench because we needed to fill out the bench, and Ollie Palmer. For those wondering how Tyler Owen looks, he's actually developed pretty well. Disregard the downward arrows. He's doing okay. He's made 7 appearances all off the bench this season. It's not bad for Tyler. If he continues to develop at that rate, he's going to be a very usable footballer. Give me the score prediction in the chat, boys. Let me know what was the scoreline going to be. Let's go see how this West Ham team is lining up. And let's get into it here in the FA Cup at the London Stadium. Trots in goal. Zuma, Alvarez are good, and Bar. Morita. Yuri's out on the wide right. You had Kudus in the middle. Looked like Balogun was up front, which, look, for 100 million is not 100 million. I can't get over they spent 100 million on him. We didn't get quite the whole team there. I wasn't quick enough. But it's going to be us in the white. They're in the West Ham traditional maroon. Pasqueta's still here and on the left. Balogun's straight away moved out to right wing. Let's see how we go here. The best result for us is obviously, apart from winning, is getting a replay at the racecourse, which I think West Ham will not enjoy. I don't think any club enjoys coming to the racecourse. We generally do well when it's at home. And that's what excites me. If we can make the quarterfinal and get a home tie, there is a chance we could make it at Wembley. Bar, though, with the ball down this side. Ball comes in towards the backstep of Balogun. He heads. Oh, what a save from Arthur. He is world-class, this keeper. He's 6'6". He's a big boy with a big chest and a big game player. And Arthur, with his full frame, gets across to deny Balogun. When you're worth 100 million, it doesn't matter if you're worth 100 million because apparently they're just going to score from the corner. First time hit from Moscarado to shut me up. And we're 1-0 down. That's pretty disappointing, not going to lie. What a save from Arthur. Doesn't deserve to concede from this highlight. Pretty good. I would... Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Is he not offside and impeding the goalkeeper? He's definitely offside and impeding the goalkeeper. Where is my offside flag? Thank you very much, game. I know he's not in the direct eye line, but he's touching his shoulder. He's physically impeding the goalkeeper. That is offside. My word, it impacts his dive. Wow, we're 1-0 down and we should have had an offside. It is what it is. All right, boys. Well, look, I've seen us come back before. Let's see what happens here. Zuma, Alvarez, Balogun, inside, Kurt Zuma, Alvarez, ball moving around, Morita, And Alvarez playing centre-back. I'd probably rather him in the midfield if I was West Ham. But anyhow, Paqueta are good. They're mocking it around so well here. We've been carved. We can't get the press anywhere. Yuri Alberto. Ashby does well. And that's a ball and a half to Mullen. He needs help. Seri's at the back stick. Can Mullen get a ball back there? Coventry now. Mullen. Dewberry. When we lose out. They're on the break. Yuri Alberto. Great run. Ashby, what a tackle. Falls to Kudus. End-to-end action here. It's still with West Ham. And Edmondson decides to foul him in the box. Yep, that's great. That's really intelligent football, mate. I went with the experience. I'm telling you right now, one of the kids definitely would not have made that mistake. And we are about to be 2-0 down because that's a penalty. I'm glad they have VAR in the FA Cup. I should have not had them score. Well, Arthur, be a hero. We're about to be 2-0 down here. Pasquetta versus Arthur. That's a good penalty. And we unfortunately 2-0 down in 20 minutes. One which is very dubious and debatable. And one for Edmondson being absolutely stupid and having a brain fart, even though he's one of the most experienced centre-backs at the club. And that is the byproduct of not having Mbake. If Mbake was here, we're not committing that penalty, I do not think. If you have a look at the game here, it definitely looks like West Ham are being much the better side. We need some complacency to step in, or else this is definitely going to be a long day. Mullen. Edmondson. Josh Lorient. If we can get a long throw or two from him, that would be great. Alberto Seri holds it up nicely. Consa. Had to go all the way back to Arthur, and if that's what needed to be done, it needs to be done. Great ball out towards Ashby. Need to be patient here. Connor Coventry. Dewberry. Now this is a good movement. Mullen, was he onside? Flag hasn't gone up. Mullen gets byline. Got options coming. Coventry was brought down. That's a pen. Pasquetta came from behind. And I think we're about to have a penalty for Mullen to get us back to 2-1. Penalty is given. All right, Mr. Paul Mullen, a big game player, versus Areola, who can't make a save in my fantasy team at the moment. Mullen steps up. It's not Areola, it's Trott. And while Mullen scores, it's 2-1. All of a sudden, it's only one goal. It's only one goal. And this is a Wrexham team that does not know how to say die. Here's what it is. 40 minutes played. Time ticks away. And at half-time, we're 2-1 down. Thrash your arms. Tell him it was not good enough. I'm making the change, though. Was not impressed. I may as well play Baldini Kakuri, who is a young kid with potential. And then Edmondson, who's just thrown away a penalty here. 52 minutes played. It's a free kick in a very dangerous area. Mohamed Kudus can hit him. Arthur needs to be alert. It's deflected and wide. Well done, Alberto Seri. The resulting corner, though, is an option. Morita. Arthur, you're 6'6". Be a big boy. Come claim. He doesn't. It's headed. It's in. It's 3-1. It's just that sort of game where you can see that we're an okay footballing side and we can put some pressure on them, but we're just not good enough for that next step. And look, to be fair, you're playing in the FA Cup. You're up against a Premier League side. You're not meant to beat them, especially away from home. But boy, oh boy, if this goes in, this was 4-1, I'm just livid. And it is. Sometimes you just cop it, boys. You just copped it. Another goal, another set piece. West Ham is scoring set pieces for fun. Just not our day. And I think this is a day where you really know that you're missing Mbake big time to marshal this defence. If this is now 5-1 and we concede 3 goals in 5 minutes, this is very undeserved. But yeah. Alvarez. Gabriel, can we get a press maybe going? Can we get on their touch? Thank you, Consa. Alberto Seri, Connor Coventry, Dewberry. Interesting ball, but it does find Ashby. Coventry. Ashby, beat your man. Steady backstick ball. Alberto Seri, what a header. Continues his goal-scoring run at the moment. Alberto Seri, or Alberto Cherry, whichever way you want to say it. Great ball from Ashby backstick. Great header from the man that is the big target forward. This is the reason why I play with one, because you do get this sort of animation and this sort of build-up where you get a ball backstick and he can be a bit of a big boy. I doubt there's hope, but if we can... Okay, there's another goal because it's Kurt Zuma, right? Is this a goal? Before I say what I want to say. Ashby blocks, a full straight back to him. Okay, they're going to score because it keeps falling to him. Oh, Arthur, what a save. If we could score the next goal before the 75th minute, I'm just going to get it out before they take the corner. Game on. Morita, back stick. Zuma again the target. This time cleared away by Konsa. Good. Man marking from corners, thank you. Time ticks. Is there going to be a moment? Will we find something from somewhere? There's not really much coming on, is there, really? I don't really know who I'm bringing on here in this system right now to really come in and change this game. Guess O'Connor for the delivery of another set piece is pretty good. Lance Foster's had a stinker, but I really don't want to take him off in this sort of game. Like, there's no real quality on the bench. This is the big problem here, especially with the injuries to Lo Celso and Elliot Lee. I don't really have guys that are like amazing to come on and change the game. I don't think bringing off Mullen and Seri for Omari Benjamin is the right thing to do here either. So I'm going to make those two changes and leave it pretty whatever. I'm going to play for a set piece as well to see if something happens. Nadini Kukuri. Josh, O'Connor, Lyons Foster. If we could score from this highlight, you just never know. Dewberry, Ashby, running, Mullen. The cutback's on. Mullen goes himself, he's onside. It's 4-3. Hello? We couldn't, could we? We couldn't pull this back, could we? Ashby, what a ball. It's a 7-goal thriller. Yet again, just shows that with a bit more quality, we belong in the Premier League. Highlight from kickoff. Now, I'm shitting a brick that this is a highlight from kickoff, but if we win the ball, I smell blood. So win the ball, boys. Give me faith. Ballingham's shocking. Take him, Lyons Foster. That's our ball. It's not our ball. They put it wide. Okay. I'll move to attacking. I think we do. I think we move to attacking and pray that there's a highlight here. 80-odd minutes played. Here we go. Ashby looks for Mullen. Won't find him. We need to put the pressure on here, boys. Put the pressure on. That's not pressure on Mohamed Kudus. Just don't think it's going to come personally, but you never know. Arthur, good keeping. Came a long way. Callum said before the 75th minute. It was just after. Yeah, I know. Arthur rolls him Aldini Kukuri. We've got to be brave. We've got to play our football. Got to find a midfielder inside. Ashby beats one. There's the midfielder, Dewberry, and he gives it away. Alzetti wins it back. Seri, Mullen, Paul Mullen. Paul Mullen. Oh, he's hit the post. No. Well, this close from clawing it back. No. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. All right, we're going to make a change here. Nah, I want to go to free up front, thanks. There we go. Do that, do that, do that. Seri in the middle. We're going to go to a pressing forward on attack on that side. Omari Benjamin is in. Dunsky. Right. Lorient, O'Connor, zigzagging with Dewberry and the whole linking it up. Ashby's dead. Noah Hay, you got some aggressiveness about you. Off you go. I don't really have anyone that can play in the hole here, can I? You know what? Nah, screw it. Dewberry out. Mullen back a line. Tyler Owen up front. Mullen as a shadow striker. 4 men across the top. We float the ball into the box so we get people underneath it. We go long, we distribute quickly, and we go long. We go direct. And we're going much more direct. We're not playing out. Just do what needs to be done. There we go, boys. We need a highlight, and this is what we get. We're on attacking. We've committed numbers forward. Here we go. We've lost a man in the midfield, which is very dangerous. We could concede 3 goals here. Tyler Owen nearly won it back. Mohamed Kudus, game over. My changes haven't even taken effect realistically, so I can't even blame him. It was nice to believe, boys. It was nice to believe. Fuck. They're going to get beat in the 5th round of the FA Cup for a second year in a row. Come on, boys. Give me another goal. Give me a highlight. Do it for me. Give me one more. 5-4. What a performance. Got a clap. Against a West Ham team that is 7th in the league, we have just witnessed an 8-goal thriller, and Paul Mullen was a whisker away from making it 4-4, and then we conceded down the other end, committing numbers, trying to win or get an equaliser in the game. Yet again, I'm going to say it, we really missed Mbake in this sort of game. And this is the reason I didn't want to sell him, because, in this sort of game, Mbake's worth 2 goals. He doesn't make the mistake that Edmondson makes for the penalty, and he probably marshaled the defence enough with Arthur that it is what it is. He's also the one probably taking control of Zuma from corners, and we did concede a couple of set pieces there, did we not? So with that being said, I'm not too upset. Yeah, it would be nice. Yeah, I know if we win this game and then we get a good draw, we get the draw at home, we beat someone else, we're in we're at Wembley, it would be nice to say it. There's no guarantee we're going to make the Premier League next year, but if we do, judging on those performances that we've seen in the FA Cup previously and in this season, we're definitely a team that could more than just make up the numbers in the Premier League at the moment. And look, now we get to focus on what should be a very tight and contested league campaign. And you know what that means, boys? There is very much a big chance that we could go up and go triple promotions in a row and find ourselves in the Premier League at the end of the season. There's going to be more live comms to come. There's definitely some big games coming up throughout the rest of the season. If I take this off this and move it back to all competitions, there is definitely some big games to come in this run-in. Most notably, Leicester, Norwich, and Stoke, who are top on the final day. That is correct. It's going to be a crazy little run-in. I'll see you guys next time for another live comm. I would imagine there's not going to be a short between now and the next live comm. We'll just recap everything for you and keep it more live commy with how much drama should be coming up in the not-too-distant future. Till next time, thank you very much, guys. Have a great one, and goodbye.